plain bad luck. Celtic lost 5 of their following 7 matches, taking just 4 points in the process. When St Mirren came to Parkhead in October, Celtic found themselves in 7th position. Things would have to change, and quickly.
Logan playing it in. There's David Winnie. McStay picks it up for Celtic. Paul McStay! 3 minutes on the clock. A perfect start for Celtic. Paul McStay collecting his first goal of the season for his club. And this was something of a disaster for the St Mirren defence. And David Winnie in particular, trying to play that pass, it came off. Roy Aitken, Paul McStay was there in a flash. The ball skinning off the surface into the corner away from Campbell Money. I'm sure that's a goal which he'll particularly welcome this afternoon. Hamilton doing well. There's Cameron. Now Brian Martin. And Walter, it's cut off by Rogan. McGee's return pass, and Rogan couldn't collect it. Here's Peter Godfrey for St Mirren. McWalter is onside, a great chance for St Mirren. And the clearance was by Derek White. Superb defensive play by Derek White. The Celtic defence caught square. They thought that McWalter was offside. Rough came to beat him. The big centre-forward would beat him, but there was White with that very important challenge. Made it easy for Rough. It appeared to be a push by McAvenny, but no whistle, and it's Celtic on the attack with Joe Miller. Oh, good play by Miller. Godfrey blocks the shot, but here's Paul McStay. Logan supporting. Here's Roy Aitken and his midfield roll. The angle ball from Rogan. Wallace arrives. Brilliantly finished by McGee. A magnificent goal for Celtic. 15 minutes gone. Now this was sheer magic from Celtic. High quality cross from Anton Rogan. Morris arriving very quickly. Now look at this back heeler from Mark McGee. Money was deceived and Celtic up 2 ahead. Walter again causing problems for McCarthy in the air. There's Cameron. Up goes Chalmers. It's a brilliant goal for St Mirren. They're back in the match with 27 minutes on the clock. Former Celtic player Paul Chalmers. Again the long ball from Campbell Money. McWalter causing problems for McCarthy. Then letting it wide for Cameron. And this was a superb little chip. Chalmers getting up well, directing the header off the post and behind Alan Roth. There's Godfrey, not very decisive with the clearance. This is Mark McGee. Got it down by Davis. There's Stark. Well, that's no consolation to Campbell Money. Billy Stark restoring the 2-goal advantage. Half an hour on the clock, another long ball out, this time from Alan Rough. This clearance of Peter Godfrey will give him some nightmares. Picked up there by McGee. As the ball was cleared from this header from Davis, there was Stark that came off Godfrey. Beyond Campbell Money, and it's 3-1 to Celtic. McCarthy to Morris. Cooper has to be careful. Now Winnie. Trying to turn away from Morris, losing his footing, and still Chris Morris. Mark McGee! Mark instead 4-1. And the St Mirren defence is breached once again. 11 minutes from half-time. The cross came from Billy Stark. It was determined play by Chris Morris. There was David Winnie. He didn't get the ball clear, stumbling there. Here's Chris Morris now. Here's some great work by Morris. Hooking it back to Billy Stark, an accurate cross and a flashing header from McGee. And Martin's clearance goes beyond McWalter. Covering player is Aiken. McGee to McAvenny. McGee sets off again with Cooper covering. The ball is still in play. There's McGee. Turned in by Miller. Celtic's fifth. And Joe Miller certainly enjoyed that, as did the Celtic fans. 17 minutes into the second half. Mark McGee, the scorer of 2 goals earlier, turns provider. Following this ball from Mike McAvenny. Now Neil Cooper will not enjoy watching this again. Trying to let it go for a goal kick, but it was McGee who won it in the challenge, left Cooper behind, rifled over the cross, and the flying header from Joe Miller. Here's Miller. Inside is McStay. And another special from Mark McGee. Rapturous applause around the stadium, and little wonder. That was another magnificent goal from McGee. Here's how it was built up. Joe Miller seeing a gap to lay it inside with Paul McStay. Where the ball played in, bouncing. McGee took it and left Bunny helpless. Free kick was aimed for Rogan. Here's McStay and Fulton. Here's McGee. Billy Stark. Well, it's a real celebration now for Celtic. McGee the creator once again. Well played this through by Fulton to McGee, resisting the challenge, taking time to look up and play it into Billy Stark.
An emphatic win over a strong starting team, and signs that Celtic had rediscovered their championship form. Goals were